And so we are loading to the second game between the team Farmsletje going up versus the team Banani. With the scoreline of 2-0, it seems like the team Farmsletje will have to go and watch their backs as the pressure is gonna start rising on them. After all, this is the second match in which they're actually going up versus team Banani, and with the first one ending up in the victory for the Russian team, it seems like they will have to get it together and start fighting back. So, the map is gonna be adaptive double plates, with a single difference being that there's gonna be less M28 forces around this time, and also the setup is also different because we can see that this time around the teams are split between this line here in the middle, with the team Farmsletje starting on the top side of it and team Banani playing on the bottom, meaning that this time around the most of the fights is gonna be actually happening around the corners here. As we can see, there is so many expansions here, so many mexes, so many hydrocarbon power generators available here, that I can bet we'll see two ACUs just move from the very beginning towards this corner here to go and secure this. And the same gonna happen on the bottom part here, so yep, that's what we will most likely see. Other than that, the M28 is once again gonna go and spawn around this plateau here. And considering there is no proper access points towards this position here, we will most likely see the M28 just go for the T3 air and stuff, maybe build TML batteries around here like to go and harass the players from the higher ground. Also, I guess they will go and contest these hills here. So the players will be most likely forced to just go and play around on the lower parts of the map here. But yeah, we will see what the AI overlords will do in this game. And just like I guessed, it seems like Farmsletje and FTX Commando gonna move two of their ACUs towards the bottom part of the map. There is also a mech marine from Scrat. Will he get caught out or not by known sniper? Can the sniper snipe him or not? He will most likely not, as the mech marine is going just close enough to the water to go and actually hide from the enemy ACU. Let's see, can he get some damage done or not? He will deal damage to the T1 mass extractor. He will go and find enemy engineer. The engineer from farm's gonna go and start reclaiming the mech marine. And can he do it? No, he cannot, as the mech marine is just too fast. There is T1 artillery to go and try to kill him, but with the mech marine being so slow and fast, it is not gonna happen. On the top side, it seems like Limes was also trying to go and make a run with a single Zui here, but unfortunately, the Zui have been caught out by Derp's ACU being just on the right spot to go and kill it. It seems like I was actually kind of wrong about here, because Limes and Lunishko are taking their sweet time to go towards the expansion slots on the top side. Meanwhile, Natron is already nearly there. And well, on the bottom part, in the west corner, it seems like the fight is about to go and break out, as we have 3 ACUs already closing in, and it seems like Farmsletje is actually not gonna go forward, but instead secure this position by building the mexes and the factories, so that he can actually have some fallback positions in case something goes wrong, as FTX Commando is actually gonna keep on pushing forward. As you can see, but this is kinda dangerous, as Fatosław and Skrat can basically just pincer and attack him, and the man will have nowhere to run away. Thankfully, it seems like Farmsletje is going all out on the T1 spam to go and protect his teammate. At the same time, there is a T1 bomber coming here from Natron. What kind of damage can he do? The bomb is dropped, and it seems like he's going for the pigeons belonging to Limes, but unfortunately, the T1 MAA have been built on time. Banani is also going for an early transport here, as we can see, and it seems like it is going straight for the base belonging to Derp. Yes, it is. It's gonna be a proxy war, it seems. Let's see, can it work out or not? There is some tanks available and other units in the vicinity, some engineers too. As the drop lands, it's not gonna get shot down. The engineers start producing the DM1 plasma cannon. But can they do it? There is some tanks available. The tank have been actually reclaimed. As we can see, MA gonna go and shot down the transport, and oh no, the transport gonna go and fall down on the engineers, killing half of them. as it seems like this risky play is not gonna work out. At the same time, the ACUs from both teams are gonna go and start exchanging shots on both sides of the map. As we can see, Limes, Lunishko, Derp and Natron fighting it out in the north corner. Meanwhile, in the west-south we have other ACUs from the teams also exchanging fire, as FTX Commando is dropping to only half HP remaining. Derp and Lunishko are also exchanging fire, as Limes and Natron are dropping lower and lower. The question is anyone actually gonna go and die in here, in this free-for-all, as all four ACUs are duking it out? Okay, it seems like Limes will have a big army coming in here to go and support Lunishko, as Derp and Natron will have to go and watch out as to what is happening. And the same can be said about the south side, but the difference being that it is the team Farmsletje actually having the advantage there. So most likely we will see a half-half split on this expansion slot, with the north side being won by the team Banani. Meanwhile, the south side is gonna get won by the team Farmsletje. Natron and Derp both dipping their toes into the water to go and hide from enemy forces. Meanwhile, on the right side of the screen, as you can see, no Sniper and FTX Commando are not gonna go and fall back yet, but they have so much more units available compared to their enemies. And yet, Natron gonna move up towards the top side to go and stop the enemy T1 units from actually pushing in, as Derp and Natron don't have enough T1 lands to actually go and stop it. But the position for Skrat and Svatosław is really bad, especially as we can see that the known Sniper ACU have started producing the gun upgrade, which is a great choice, as this will actually allow them to keep on pushing forward versus Skrat and Svatosław. So, action happening all over the map. And yep, just like I was guessing, it seems like the M28 is gonna be the one to take control over these hills here, as the players are just too busy killing each other to actually go and even think about the M28 players. And it seems like Natron have hit the T2 stage of the game, as he is starting to go and produce the Yinzin T2 hover tanks. Okay, there is a push happening on the bottom part, as Farmsletje is probing and nodding towards the enemy team here, trying to go and find a way to actually go and push in. He have the gun upgrade finished, although I still don't like that FX Commando is not having his own upgrades built. At least the range upgrade would be great. But yeah, the team Farmsletje is already getting closer and closer to push in versus the defense forces of Skrat and Svatosław. As we can see, Aurora's pushing in from the lake, although unfortunately a bad micro from FX Commando will cost him a few tanks still. The losses by Svatosław are also nothing to go and scoff at, especially as we can see that there is like double the amount of units for the team Farmsletje in this position, and with Farms having the gun upgrade already finished, it seems like it's gonna be very hard to go and stop this army from actually progressing in. At the same time, it seems like Banani and Limes are also not being able to go and contest the T2 forces, the Yinzins belonging to Natron, as they're all getting pushed back without any remorse by Team Farms. It seems like they are quite mad about losing the two previous games, and now they want the payback. Okay, Farms is still pushing in, as the red units, the red rectangles, are disappearing one after another. There is some Mundus being produced by Skrat, but I feel like he should be going for the pillars. Skrat ACU not moving at all. He is getting shot from all sides at the same time, as he has still 7000 HP remaining. But the problem is, he have no more units available to himself, as there was also an explosion happening at the top side, as Nathan and Dare both killed the Limes ACU while we were looking at the bottom part. Let's go back to the bottom part and see what's gonna happen there. I'm sorry for missing the death of the other player there, but it seems like the action is not stop happening here. Skrat is starting to build the Triads and D1M plasma cannons to go and plague himself. Although the ACU from Farms have spotted the threat, and as such he's gonna go and shot down the enemy Triads. One cannon is down, the second triple Gauss cannon is also about to go and fall down, especially as it's aiming at the ACU of Farm. Okay, Skrat is gonna go and actually block the shot from the enemy ACU with his own But the problem is, there is no more PDs available, only Farms is alive. Here with the gun upgrade available, meaning that both Skrat and Svatosov should be running away, as they have no way of actually staying alive there. At the top side, it seems like the M20 is also trying to go and snipe the ACU building to both Nathan and there. Thankfully, they have some MAA available, meaning that the gunships are not gonna be enough, as the Skrat ACU is gonna go kaboom, baby! As he is the second player of the game to go and get killed before the minute 10. With the first death unfortunately being missed by the caster, so sorry for that. And yes, it seems like Svatosov will have basically nothing to go and stop the push from Farmsletje, as the man is just basically a death himself. He is the Grim Reaper, going forward and looking to cool all kinds of life signs from the enemy team. Already nearly 4,000 must killed on his ACU, and he is not gonna go and stop, especially as he have now hit the T2 switch too, and is starting to produce the Jensen's flag and the Asylum shields to go and protect himself. As it seems like the team Banani is actually gonna go and opt for the option of building the T2 naval factory, as the plan is to go and build the destroyers and basically make a naval blockade versus the enemy forces so they can no longer... Oh, never mind. It seems like the destroyers from the Seraphim faction, the Ushavoks, are unable to go and fire across this position here, as the terrain is slightly too high for them. How unlucky. The beam weaponry always proving very hard to use. But at the same time, Farmsletje just managed to go and turn the base of Skrat into nothing else but smoldering wreckage. Okay, there is some... Okay, that's just MMLs. For a second I saw that was a TML, but those are just flapjacks lobbing missiles at the opponents. There is also small Zui army, and well, that's actually kinda interesting. As we can see, Lunishko starting to build triads to actually go and, well, PD creep the base belonging to Natron, although with the man himself having... Okay, here comes the TML missile. Is it going for the ACU or the PDs? It was going for the ACU, but still, Lunishko managed to go and dodge it. And let's see if Svatosov can actually go and protect his own base versus the onslaught of units and ACU from Farmsletje, who already have 6,000 mass killed under his belt. As the Seraphim ACU is just basically unstoppable here. Svatosław getting under the fire from the ACU belonging to Farmsletje. He's still trying to go and run away. But unfortunately, I feel like this is not gonna be possible. At the same time, the M28 forces are starting to go and produce flapjacks all over the hills, meaning that the players like Derp and FTX Commando will have to go and rethink their life choices and start producing as many TMD as possible. And it seems like the push is not gonna stop, as Svatosław have been killed by Farmsletje. The man is just unstoppable, and he is on a mission to reclaim his throne. And yeah, it's actually kinda funny how the M28 is producing this missile launcher steel one after another, as the human players will have to go and start thinking how to defend versus us. As we can see here, more and more pigeons and facilities for the human players are getting destroyed left and right. Although with the Volcano TMD defenses being built by FX Commando, it seems like this bay here is gonna be fine. But the bigger problem is gonna be, what can the team Farmsletje actually go and do versus the enemy navy, which is gonna go and outrange all of the enemy hover units. And considering these are the Seraphim destroyer, the Ushavoch, it is gonna be very hard to actually go and catch them, especially as their beam weaponry is the best possible choice for actually dealing with the enemy hover spam. So yes, it's gonna be a hard choice for the team Farmsletje on how to deal with them. But I guess there is nothing that a bunch of torpedo bombers cannot fix. Although with the cruisers also being produced, this might become harder and harder with the time, especially as the cruisers will not only provide the air coverage from the enemy air force, but also they will go and actually bombard you from far, far away. As the T1 naval factory from Farmsletje is gonna be gone. We can see some raids happening behind a base belonging to Lunishko, as Farmsletje is using his big T1 and T2 army to go and try to break through the defenses belonging to Lunishko. But the men already have a few triads available, so the point defense is here and ready. So we will see if Farm's gonna go and launch a onslaught here or not, especially as he does indeed have quite a lot of units available, as you can see. Yep, that's a decent sized army to actually go and make a push there. Okay, seems like he will try to go and push back versus the enemy naval forces, but unfortunately the blazes and the ensigns are not gonna be going fast enough to catch out the enemy naval force, as Banani is getting free trades all around, as the Seraphim destroyers are just getting one kill after another. And oh my goodness, poor Natron! He is getting absolutely bodied by the enemy cruisers, as you can see here. He does have some TMD available, but this is nowhere enough to go and stop the enemy cruisers from breaking through these positions. Okay, it seems like Farm's gonna go and make the push attack, but here is the Janus. The napalm is getting dropped all over the place, as the T1 and T2 land units belonging to Farms are burning alive, just like in Vietnam. Thankfully, they do have the T2 flag available, meaning that the Janus are all gonna go and fall down dead. And as such, a few units can still go and break through, as you can see. T2 Max is getting shot down all across the map. One of them have been killed. Second one upgrading is also down. Now the power generators are the next target, as Banani is taking big losses on two sides at the same time. As while he is having to go and defend on the bottom side of his map, he is also getting attacked by Natron at the same time on the top side. Meaning a beautiful team play is happening here, as Team Farmsletje is pushing him as hard as they can. Now there is also a torpedo launch attack by the FTX commando to go and shot down two enemy cruisers. Although with one more still remaining, he will have to go for another launch. But yes, the APM from Banani is getting spread across all the front lines. As it seems, okay, the T2 air factory is still gonna go and stay alive, as it's heavily protected by the T1 PDs, as we can see. As Banani was expecting the enemy push to actually go and aim at this sector, but instead Farms killed the PDs here and went for this position here, evading the PDs on this airbase here and going for the main base of Banani. The ACU from Lunishko gonna go in and secure a few kills versus the encroaching enemy forces. But still, the damage have already been done, as we have one more bombing run coming here versus the enemy cruiser. Unfortunately, it seems like it is gonna go and stay alive, most likely. No, it will still die, but the damage have been done, as all the torpedo bombers have been killed. Now, it seems like Banani gonna get forced to go and actually hide his own destroyers under the water level, as the big juicy army from Farmsletje is here to go and deal with them. Okay, it seems like more cruisers have been actually redirected from the top side to the bottom to go and defend the enemy destroyers from getting killed by the torpedo bombers. So at the same time, it seems like Natron will actually have a little bit of time to actually go and catch a breath. He's also firing a TML missiles versus the enemy. What? What was he aiming at? Huh? What was he aiming at? Never mind. Let's see where is the next TML missile gonna go and fly. Oh, it got actually shot down by the cruiser. But yes, let's see what's happening here. The M28 is still trying to go and break through the defenses of Team Farmsletje here, but FTX Commando together with Farms actually managed to go and make a good job of reinforcing the TMD positions here, meaning that the AI forces can no longer use their missiles to actually go and break through, no matter how hard they go and try. And it seems like Derp is also gonna defend just fine versus the M28 forces, so let's see what the M28 is gonna go and build right now. They're building the T3 pigeons for now, so maybe we'll see some kind of T3 air, and oh my goodness, this is a Novax. I repeat, this is a Novax. The M28 is a cheeky bastard building a Novax satellite. So I really do wonder where is it gonna go and use it. Okay, it seems like Banani just dropped his ACU with the T2 transport to go and defend from the Natron forces. But Natron, seeing the ACU flying towards himself, just went back, and well, he will not take any losses for free. And yeah, those cruisers from Banani are really proving to be hard to defend against, I guess. As now they're gonna go and break the economy on the bottom part of the map here, so yes, especially as there are undefended T2 Maxes on this position here. Although it seems, no, not a power generator, that's not a TMD. So yeah, this flank is still undefended. Okay, here comes the torpedo bombers, going for enemy cruisers. Gonna go and shot down one of them, as unfortunately the others are still gonna go and stay alive, as the flak damage from them is just that good at, well, cooling the enemy torpedo bombers. So yes, they're still gonna go and stay alive for a while longer. Another TML launched by Natron, who is now going for the... What is he aiming? Oh, he's actually going for the enemy T1 naval factories here, as he's gonna make it harder and harder for Banani to actually stay in here. Let's see what is happening here. Okay, it seems like Derp is actually doing quite a good job with these MML missiles, getting a good value out of them. And Natron once again gonna go and make a push to go and destroy the enemy T1 and T2 Maxes here. Unfortunately, once again they have found the enemy ACU. As Lunishka gonna go and grab a few free kills here, unless Natron wakes up, and woke up he did. But the problem is this big army here. Let's see, what is it made of? It's actually mostly made of spirits and Zuis, so I don't really see it having a good time breaking through these defense positions belonging to Banani. As we can see, the triads firing one after another as the units from Farmsletje are breaking down. The DM1 plasma cannons are also gonna go and start opening the fire as more and more defenses are being erected. And unfortunately, with the unit mix being as poor as it is, being mostly made up of the T1 spirits, it is not gonna be enough to go and deal considerable damage. Although, I guess if the spirits are gonna be the main target for the T1 PDs, then the Zuis and the Blazes can keep on dealing damage. So I don't know, maybe it worked out just fine for them here. But unfortunately, for Banani, it seems like Natron was paying attention, and he's also gonna go and push in from the north side and just avoid enemy ACU and get behind the enemy lines. Okay, it seems like the attack is gonna get stopped now, as the Trias actually managed to be too much to handle for their opponents, as Farmsletje is also gonna move in with a few blazes through the middle of the map to go and clear out the build power and the maxes belonging to Lunishko. There is one more push here as well. The ACU alone will be not enough to go and defend versus the forces from Farmsletje attacking from 4 sides at the same time. The man is just getting thrown around from one side of the map to another, trying to go and save whatever he can from the opposing forces. But unfortunately for him, being the last player alive, this is a no easy matter to go and actually deal with. And yep, it seems like the cruisers and destroyers from Banani here in this bottom pond have dealt very big damage versus the maxes, or should I say the economy belonging to FTX Commando and Farmsletje here. As we can see, all those T2 maxes are gone. They have been eradicated, making the game slightly bit easier for for their enemies, as Banani is also getting TML'd alive by the enemy forces, as okay, the T2Max have been killed, as Natron is still not letting it go. So yes, it seems like Banani is just getting dismantled piece by piece from different sides, as his ASU is just unavailable to go and actually deal with the encroaching forces, as now there's gonna be another attack from the north side, as Derp is still using his MML missiles to go and launch attacks from far, far away, with all of them getting a very decent value already, each of them killing at least quadruple the mass amount of their cost. And oh my goodness, the Novaks have been finished, and is actually gonna go for Banani. The M20A is like, you know what? We have kicked the balls of Team Farmsletje in the last game by killing Natron and their bases, so now we're gonna help you guys, and now we're gonna go and actually kill Lunishko here. Haha! Sucks to be you, man. But yeah, with the M28 actually... Nope, never mind, the other satellite is also just killing the forces belonging to Derp, as he have no more mexes available, as all of them have been killed. Although it seems like this satellite is now also gonna go for Banani looking at this stage, so yes, poor man is getting bullied by everyone around. Be Derp, Natron, Farmsletje FTX. There is also two M28 satellites just hovering around his base and killing his mexes and units. Well, the men have no HP left remaining, and he have been forced to actually go and hide in the water. So it's gonna be most likely game over for him, as the torpedo bombers are coming here one after another from FTX Commando, as they are here to go and seal the deal. But yeah, there is something poetic about M28 killing the farms and Natron in the previous game, and now just helping them out. So it's like AI doesn't really take sides. One game it will help you out, and the other time it will actually kill you. So yes, okay, it seems like Lunishko will have to go and actually get up, as Derp is gonna go and die here, as the destroyer's gonna go and finish him off, as the man dies under the beam weaponry of the Ushabok destroyers. Lunishko still 7000 HP remaining. But with no base available, no nothing here to go and stop the onslaught from the enemy units, it seems like this game is a foregone conclusion. Yep, more torpedo bombers making their way towards the enemy ACU. We even have TML missiles trying to go and snipe the man. Will it connect? It did connect! Kaboom! As the M28 scores 6000 damage on Lunishko's head. And now, the Novak satellite are also here circling around looking for the man himself. Torpedo bombers coming here to go and kill him. So the man will have to go and actually jump around and get on the side. But hey, there is another problem. The Novak satellite are here to go and kill the man, as they are. Nope. Where is he going? Okay, here comes the Novak satellite damage. As Lunishko's ACU is gonna go and fall down. GG, well played to Team Farmsletje for taking the first win in this round. GG, Wupe.